La tercera sessió i darrera, que no per això menys interessant, i per aquesta sessió que porta per títol Les tecnologies de la informació, els mitjans de comunicació i les tecnologies del màrqueting, la seva repercussió dels canvis de les regles del joc per a les destinacions de muntanya i els actors implicats. Les noves tecnologies, les macrodades i la digitalització estan revolucionant tots els sectors i el del turisme no és una excepció. En aquesta sessió abordarem com aquest sector està en auge i la seva repercussió en les destinacions turístiques. Tractarem en les diferents ponències factors que van des dels metabuscadors, passarem per com generar dades i sobretot com gestionar aquestes dades, el que vindria a ser una mica el Big Data, com el nou màrqueting visual impacta i influència en les destinacions, el poder de les imatges, i finalment, i baixant una mica a el que vindria a ser potser una mica més la gestió hotelera, analitzarem com optimitzar i gestionar el revenue management, però amb un enfoc principal en la gestió de la informació que tenim del client, no tant amb l'historical data que fins ara havíem estat treballant. Com a ponents per a aquesta sessió tenim el Nishimura. L'Hiro es va graduar a la McGill University, Canadà, i va obtenir el seu doctorat a la Universitat Nippon Dental Centre de Recerca Farmacèutica el 1998. El 1984, l'Hiro va fundar la IDB Corporation, una empresa de solucions de programació de viatges. I el 2001, en col·laboració amb el Ki i amb Kinisha Shibata, Venture Republic, va crear el sistema de metacercadors Travel GP. L'edició de l'IPO de Venture Republic Inc. va tenir lloc a Japó el 2008 i posteriorment el 2013. Hiro és actualment membre del Consell d'Administració. En segon lloc tenim el Christopher Hinteregger, és expert en turisme i compta amb gairebé 15 anys d'experiència en el sector turístic i de desenvolupament de destinacions. Va cursar estudis de gestió turística a l'IMC de Krems, a Àustria. Després d'això va treballar durant 13 anys a Cole & Partner, la principal consultora turística de la regió alpina. Allí va ser responsable dels projectes de desenvolupament de destinacions internacionals i va arribar a convertir-se en soci de l'empresa. Durant la seva estada a Cole & Partners va implementar més de 50 projectes turístics a 19 països i va participar en més de 30 conferències sobre turisme internacional a 17 països. Imparteix l'assignatura de Consultoria Internacional Desenvolupament de Destins a la Universitat de Ciències Aplicades de Krems, a Àustria. Des de començaments del 2017, en Christoph treballa al Tours Destinations, una empresa que ofereix solucions informàtiques per a destinacions turístiques. És responsable del Departament de Serveis en Destí, que ofereix diversos serveis en el camp de la digitalització de destinacions turístiques. El Tours Destinations compta amb dues marques, Skyline, eines informàtiques d'oci per resorts de muntanya, i Peak Solutions, que és una solució de venda en línia per a destinacions turístiques. En tercer lloc, tenim el Dan Hollowak. En Dan és cofundador i director executiu de Crow Reef, treballa estretament amb líders del sector de viatges i del turisme i el màrqueting per tal de trobar les solucions més avançades per obtenir i escalar contingut visual que atregui les audiències. Adora el Big Data, el contingut general pels usuaris i automatització del màrqueting. Crow Reef és una plataforma de màrqueting visual que utilitza més de 250 empreses turístiques per descobrir, organitzar, llicenciar i publicar el contingut visual més atractiu per a qualsevol canal i qualsevol escala. I finalment, comptem amb el Neville Isaac. En Neville Isaac és originari d'Escòcia i compta amb més de 25 anys d'experiència en petites i grans organitzacions de diversos països, especialitzant-se en gestió d'ingressos, revenue, distribució i valorització, fixació de preus. Ha estat una de les figures clau en la concepció i implementació de l'estratègia d'ingressos del grup NH durant més de 11 anys i en diverses posicions tant a nivell mundial com nacional. També imparteix gestió de revenue management en diverses universitats de tota Espanya. Actualment s'encarrega del Departament d'Experiència del Client de Beyond Price, oferint solucions de gestió d'ingressos a clients de tot el món. Sense més preàmbuls, donem pas a l'exposició del senyor Hiro. Gràcies.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Buenas tardes a todos. This is a word I learned today. Thank you for inviting me this conference. From Tokyo. How many people visited Japan? Oh, there are quite a few. Okay, I'm going to talk about how travel industry in Japan right now and unique trends that's happening there, and a little bit about my company. I founded 18 years ago. Can I have slides? Okay, sorry. Oh, anyway, this is a picture I taken about a couple of years ago. I fly by myself around Asia mainly, and I was going to fly my aircraft, but I calculated it takes about seven days, so I decided not take Singapore Airlines from Tokyo to Singapore, 8 hours, 7 hours, 777. And I flew from Singapore to Barcelona, 13 hours, Airbus 350. It was a very comfortable flight. Anyway. Okay. We are Venture Republic Group running a meta search called Travel.jp, mainly for Japanese users, only in Japanese right now. But we have subsidiary company Trip 101 based in Singapore and Allstay based in Seoul, Korea. And we are a group of multinational meta search companies. This is all in Japanese, those the top page. And also smartphones. And we are about number 4 right now. As far as the traffic is concerned, the top 3 is OTAs, the big ones like Rakuten and TripAdvisor, a Japanese TripAdvisor. And in Asia-based, Tuner from China is the leader of the meta search. And of course, Skyscanner is, you can see the maps over there. Doing business in many countries in all over Asia. This is only Asia. And Travel.jp is, although it's only in Japan and Japanese, we are number 3 in traffic. And as global, Trivago is the leading the Skyscanner, and Kayak is following, Hotels Combined, and of course Chinese Tuner. And we are about it's catching up, but as you can see, we are doing only in Japan, so if we can expand to other countries in Japan, we will maybe catch up to Tuner or Hotels Combined. And unique feature of our business is meta search, and we started a content division 4 years ago, which is growing very rapidly. I'll talk about this later. And also private accommodations and local activities. I'll talk about those items later on. Yes, Japan travel market. The size does matter. Japan is, after Germany, we are number 4. United States is leading, and China, and Germany, and Japan. And absolute terms, total GDP, Japan is the 3rd after China. And of course, Chinese population is 1.3 billion plus, and Japan is only 0.1 billion. And the money they spend in China is $215.4 billion US. But Japan is spending a very good, high amount of money, $127.6 billion. And amount of consumption, Japanese trillion yen, is, as you can see, the blue lines is all domestic. Major spending spent in Japan. The Japanese is spending most of the money in domestic. But inbound tourism surges right now. after 2015, you can see the red line overcame the blue lines, which is the Japanese travelers movement. It says the projection is government projection projecting around 2020, 40 million visitors visiting Japan. So the Japanese government is put more money before the Olympics and of course after the Olympics, 2020, to promote tourism to Japan. And this slide shows how big is travel industry in Japan will be in 2030. The automotive, 2015, automotive and mechanical electric equipment is the major GDP part. But you can see 2030, Japanese travel market overcome automobile industry. And of course, inbound travel, 30% from China, and Taiwan, and South Korea, and Hong Kong. Most visitors are from China because Japanese government released the regulation, lower the hurdle of visa application for Chinese. And travelers, 2020, China outbound market, Chinese are traveling like this growth is dramatic. And this picture is one cosmetics shop in Tokyo, and Chinese tourists buying many cosmetic and pharmaceutical goods in Tokyo. And unique trends in Japan, of course, mobile is everywhere. But Japan is, we have such a, the country is relatively small, so we have a very good mobile connection, 4G, very fast communication, and probably in a couple of years they will start 5G. And mobile is very popular in Japan. And China also. In Japan, Japan here is have a mobile smartphone is more than 60%. And of course, China is a very good market there. And smartphones are growing. And this is traffic analytical data in a Travel JP database. More than 70% of traffic comes from smartphones, and only 30%. And now it's about 80% this year. And the mobile share of online travel gross booking market is 2016. Japan is around 30. You can see China is more than 50% booked through internet. And this is something curious, like travel mobile apps versus browsers. The mobile phone browser, if you are thinking about the apps and difference between browser and app, it looks the same if you look at those screen. But apps is, you have to download the apps. And browser, you can go deep link through Google. But the development phase, the browser screen is much, much easier to modify and develop. So the browser is very unique to travel industry. Maybe not in Japan though. And the apps, you can see the red, the graph there, 68% auction and SNS and free video, comic, commerce. Those are apps are more stronger than the browser. And the meta search, 96% are used by browsers. And internet users in Japan, population is about 126 million, and internet users is more than 100 million. Feature phone is still be used, about half of the users, but feature phone can also connect to internet. And the apps, 29 apps being used per each person in 2016. Right now, maybe 33, 34. And this shows the time that users versus the apps and browsing. The apps, probably this graph shows that the SNS and some messaging platform like Facebook Message, for example, they use apps. That's why the time being used by apps is more. And offline versus online. In Japan, only 30% online booking. Europe, probably, if this is 2015, 40% online penetration. US and APAC is still slow. China is more than 60%, but other countries like besides Japan and China and Korea is very low usage in online booking. And sales volumes by travel agencies, like the big, well, the top one is JTB, is one of the biggest around the world. The second one is Rakuten, that's big, like Amazon, you know, like they also sell travel product. And breakdown of category of travel agencies. Overseas trip from Japan to overseas. Japanese customers like tour packages because it's very easy and cheaper and convenient. Versus domestic ones, also almost 50%, they buy package tours because it's cheaper. Maybe the price is the matter. And OTA market is changing, and transaction volume from 2011 to 2015, after 4 years, the volume, as you can see, 89 million to 240 million. And this one is loyalty. The Rakuten has an ecosystem, users, 108 million users. They buy shopping and payment and credit card, and they get points, Rakuten points. So the loyalty program is doing very well under Rakuten ecosystem. And there are two other point systems in Japan, which is very popular. T-Point, together with Yahoo, and Airbnb is also a member of T-Point, and the customer can gather points using if they use Airbnb and Yahoo, for example. And Japan Airlines and those travel agents, Ponta is another loyalty program. And content, is it a king? We started the content business about 4 years ago. It's growing very rapidly. And what is content? Well, we hired more than 500 semi or professional bloggers and accumulated more than 30,000 of articles. Not by, for example, if you think about TripAdvisors, anybody can, post the articles very easily, but we select the only professional articles, which leads to customers' recognition. It's loyalty. And those pictures too, it's all copyrighted. We have copyright, and the writers also have copyright. And we have a contract with the Line, which is the biggest messaging platform in Japan. maybe some of you heard about Line. We send a single article every day, so the Line users can be pushed those contents every day. And they start thinking about where do they want to go, just looking at those pictures, and domestic and international. And we have 46,000 as of October fans, and it's growing. And this is a very good example of a Chinese customer from Hong Kong read an article in our site, visited northern Hokkaido just to take a look at those blueberry. And the blueberry contents was like this here. One writer wrote the article about blueberry in Hokkaido, and some people from Hong Kong just read about it, and he decided to fly all the way from Hong Kong to northern Hokkaido to take a look at those blueberry farm. And this is the writer's name, and she is very happy about this happening. And yes, I'll talk about the uniqueness of our site. We have private accommodation comparison. We are one of the few companies in Japan with direct connection with Airbnb API. They seldom use their APIs to companies like us, like MetaSearch. But we have so many traffic, so they decided to do business with us. So we send customers to Airbnb website, and after each booking, we get some commission from them. And also from content, we lead customers to private accommodations, local activities. Those are the articles, and every week, 140 new articles. Yes, this is the picture. It shows influencer can influence all the users. And the dreaming phase, and researching and planning and booking, exploring. In destination, we provide those pictures and information wherever they travel using their smartphones. Yes, those messaging platform, Line has almost 70 million users in Japan, and all over the world, 220 million. The big one is over there, and WeChat in China. Well, population in China is very huge. So the Line and the messaging platform is very important. We are putting more effort, business with Line right now. And we collaborate with the destination and travel plans with some destination leaders. This is a good example with the Lufthansa. They want to promote the premium economy seat to women. So we sent one of our editors. We picked up among 600 from them and picked one single writer, and she wrote an article. Actually, she flew Lufthansa premium economy class and wrote an article, and Lufthansa's website increased like this after customers see those websites. They may probably stimulated the ladies to fly Lufthansa premium economy class. And also Hotel Okura, we sent writers to write their, just, experiences and stay. And some prefectures, remote prefectures, north-up in Japan. We wrote some of those good articles. Yes, this is a Trip 101 subsidiary company in Singapore. They started their business about 4 years ago, and right now they are putting more effort to farm trips to travel influencers. What this means is there are some very good travel influencers which can influence customers, and they don't have much money, for example. And some airlines and hotels can provide a free trip to those influencers. So we connect those influencers between those providers, airlines and hotels. And this is a matching farm trips to travel influencers. So travel influencers can write articles, and hotels and airlines can get more customers influenced by those influencers. And also, this is an example of direct sales in MetaSearch. This is a very important thing. Hotels can, they don't want to pay commissions to OTAs. They want to maximize their profit, but they don't know, they don't have a mean to get traffic from natural traffic using the ACO technique. So we help them to put, this is a kind of advertisement on the top of results screen. Yes, this is an Airbnb example. And I'm going to this graph shows the local, in-destination access is very important. You see the peak season, the access over there, that shows that the people are accessing local information while they're traveling. So we push more information to the users using smartphones. Oh, this is the thing I want to... There are 90 pages of PowerPoint in my presentation. I'm sorry. It's almost. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. The inbound sales are booming, but the young travelers are decreasing because the population in Japan is decreasing. 1 million people die right now, every year, and it used to be 1.2 million births. But the birth rate is decreasing. It's almost 1.9. And so the Japanese population is declining. So what can we do? We need to stimulate young travelers to travel more. So Recruit, one of the biggest OTA in Japan, decided to do a project to stimulate snow activities in Japan, started called Snow Magic Campaign back in 2011. What they did is to offer 19 years old free, is limited to 19-year-old for a free ride to a lift ticket. Like, for example, usually the lift ticket costs about $50 for a day. it will be free at any ski resort. It's the big project. And why 19? They did the research. 19 year is in typical Japanese family, up to high school, the parents pay the fee for a child. But at the 19, when they get into college, they have to pay by their own. So that they decided that the age 19 is the best time to stimulate the needs. So that it exceeds 90%. In total, close to 1 million new skiers were created. In terms, items needed to care about is those 4 items. Those are the very important thing you can take a look at later. It will not be realized without industry cooperation, sharing a sense of crisis, and very important. It began the timing that made it easier to unique. And those, it will not be chosen forever unless consumers, features, customers are given consumption habits. Conversely, leisure is attractive, so it will be a posing market for the hype experiences. Okay, I don't have time. This is the business model. And post good look contents. This is a destination management. It's not a destination management organization. I created myself. Display mosaic optimization. This is how to increase the download. It's covered the best price field with mosaic on the web page. And the best price will be shown only by search through an app, so customer can have to download the app to see the mosaic. Okay, this is that's all for my presentation. Sorry, interrupted my. If you have any questions, maybe can you email me anytime. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hiro.